Yo, everybody. I'm gonna wait to get some people on here, I guess. Sunday morning. Came in early to build this bike for a customer. And we'll see how it goes. It's we're doing, woof, sorry. Might be too high, whatever. We'll figure it out. Customer came in yesterday, and we he came in with a kink whip, kink launch maybe, kink whip, and he bought a new Rambler frame. And we're gonna swap it out this morning. Should have brought it over here. He got a handful of new parts too with it. One of those being profile cranks. Let me go get everything. Rambler frame. Ah. All right, he got a rack of new parts too, along with the cranks. Rambler frame. Sorry to leave you guys hanging for a minute. All right, let me go get this complete bike. Shoo. Maybe when I'm done, I'll show you guys the new display stuff I built at the shop yesterday. It was so gross outside here. Yeah. All right. So this is a kink whip. Kind of older. He's an older dude. He's like, seems pretty wild. Seems like he has some stories to tell. This is the bike, kink whip. He got it off like Marketplace for cheap. He's an old dude. I guess he said he just got emphysema, and he is trying to like work on his lungs, I guess, and he started riding BMX. Bought this bike. You can see he's got the bars tilted forward, the seat way up. He's a tall dude. He's like 6'3" maybe. But we are going to use a handful of these parts off of this guy. Throw on the Rambler. Good morning, Wheel Goods. Man, aren't you guys up early? Isn't it like, aren't you guys 3 hours behind us? You know, my buddy on the way to Ray's watching this. Dirty Dangles, man, and Elijah. Dude, you guys are on it every single video, man. It's insane. So I'm gonna go through and show y'all how we do a frame swap. He was kind of bummed that he couldn't use this quick release clamp on the new Rambler. But he's going from this like 20.5-inch top tube kink whip to a 21.5-inch Rambler. Like, this bike is like 2 inches longer than his old bike. Like I said, he's an older dude. He's been going to the skate park. He's probably, I don't know, 6'2". When he bought this bike, the kink, he came in, and like we put these bigger bars on it and bigger seat and stuff on it just to get him cruising. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing. Like I said, we got profile cranks. We're doing 170 no balls cranks. We are doing profile mid, 19 mil bottom bracket, 19 mil spline drive sprocket on here. So his drivetrain runs super smooth. New brakes. Did the Demolition Vulcan brakes. These things are cool. I think they're kind of underrated, but if you check them out, I can't see it because of this rubber thing in here. Let's get this thing out. They run on a bearing, so they run really smooth. Like I said in a couple videos prior to this, I always like to hook the brakes up before anything. That way, it's easy. There's nothing in the way while you're hooking the brakes up. Pretty cool. I've always done it this way. I don't know why. So all the other stuff, the wheels, the front end, for now, we're taking off the old kink. And I think he's going to be, I think we're going to give him some credit for whatever's left over. I don't think he's going to be using it. So that stuff will get listed on our used site. Dude, this is late, 3 a.m. Oh, Larry Bird digs and packs and preps the trails. Dude, I can't wait to get working on our jumps. Like, they're calling for more freaking snow and next week for us, so we're not working on the jumps yet. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I always forget about these dumb little plastic things they put on the brakes to like hold it in the packaging. I feel like I do that on every single brakes ever. Dangles, who are you with going to Rays with, man? Dude, Rays is such a sick spot. Let's see if we can move this a little bit closer. Get a better view. Just nothing but my ugly mug. How's the beard looking? What we got, like 10 people in here or something? That's not too bad. One thing this thing has, the Ramblers have the 5-inch head tube, and this thing has the old normal 4-inch head tube. So I'm hoping the forks are gonna work. I don't see, I'm gonna throw on like a real tiny, real thin top cap. So hopefully that we can make that work. See, isn't that so much easier to put the spring tension on with like not a chain ring and everything else there? Then you can always like squeeze them and feel the tension, make sure it's like kind of just feels the same. Please show us how to do the brakes through the C-tube. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, even though the brakes, the frames have that right there, like, put the cable stop up here. Like, don't try to like squeeze everything in here. Like, there's a reason they stopped doing that like that, like in 1999. Like, it's annoying. Like, I don't like how clustery it looks right there. So I always do the brakes like this. Like, yeah, it's such a pain to do it the other way. Like, please, I don't know why you would ever do it that way. If anybody has a good reason to do it that way, like, let me know. And you can't even call me like I'm old school or something, because that's how they did it. Like that was, I don't know. We can go look at some bikes and I can show you like why not to do it that way. All right. See how many times I can drop something today. Cool. $2.5. I will say though, like, if a customer really wants it, we'll do it. I'll like run the brakes through the C-tube like that. Like I said, personally, I'm not a fan of it. So what I always do is I'll hook up the brakes and I'll tighten this with the brakes wide open like this. Run the straddle cable, not tight, but just up against the C-tube. And then when you put your cable hanger here, it should give you enough room. Put that cable hanger, should give you enough room to work the brakes fine, and the cable hanger will be kind of right in the middle. And that way you don't have to mess with any of this around the sprocket. Some brakes, like the Evo brakes, have the like brake end, cable end already mounted on, so it's kind of easy to set up. These demolition brakes have the NARP on one end that you have to put on. All right. So I'll hook up the brakes, then I'll put the front end on. Can we see? So after I hook up the brakes right here, I'll stick the front end on, and that way we can hook the brakes all the way up, cable and everything. And then I put the back wheel on. The cranks are usually what I put on last. Let's pop the Pop the bars off this thing. Oh, we gotta take the grips off because he's getting new brake lever. Customer came in yesterday with some fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. That's the number one way to get your bike worked on immediately is chocolate chip cookies. All right. Yeah, this dude that came in yesterday that we're doing this for, I think he said he's 61 or 62, and he's a trip. He's got some stories, man. He looks like he is rock and roll. I hope when I turn 62, I decide to get a new bike. Like, how sick is that? No, slap and tap. This bike, it's customer's bike. After the NARP, I solder the end so it doesn't fry. That's cool. Yeah, Alan. Soldering's cool too. But most cables should come with a cable end. Just squeeze around it. We might come down there. Dude, Dangles, that might not be a bad idea. We probably need some help. I think it's going to take us longer than we think to do it. But Shad flies in on a Friday evening, flies home on a Monday evening. So I think he lands the 29th and goes home second on the 3rd. More S&M frames coming in soon. Tyler, yeah, we always have S&M frames coming in. And if we don't have what you are looking for, just hit me up, let me know. I can get it here super easy, or get it on the way to you super easy. Just stepped on the front wheel. All right, let's hope these forks are long enough. He already gave me the okay to put wide melts on if they aren't long enough. Let's see. Ooh, it's gonna be tight. Might be good. Found him a nice thin black cap over there in our parts bin. Yeah, we're gonna be cool. Come on. Tyler, what frame were you looking for? Whoo, cool. All right. How many people is in here? Dude, so a couple days ago, I just got chills. Like the holy grail of the holy grails of frames. Like, when I say like, it's gonna be the coolest thing that has been unearthed in a very, very long time. I'm not telling you what it is. Has to do with this company, but I mean, you guys can guess what you think it might be. But I'm like so stoked. I've not told anybody yet except for Danny, and I just don't want to jinx it. Like, I don't want UPS to lose it. I don't know. But like, I'm so stoked when it shows up. Maybe give that Monday off for you. Thanks, Elijah, dude. Have a good one. But yeah, I can't wait to get this new frame in here for the museum. I'm gonna have to probably build a shadow box or something for it. Yeah, like it's freaking cool. It's like a hair or something stuck in here. Weird. All right. Yeah. Dude, it like as soon as it shows up, I might do a little like, I don't know, like announcing or what. I've never like announced doing lives. It's just kind of like, all right, cool, like I'm gonna do it now. But we might do like a little bit of hyping it up first. Like as soon as I see it's out for delivery, I might start hyping it up. But I think it's supposed to come in on like Tuesday or Wednesday. All right. S&M frame has to have S&M brake cable. All right. What'd you say? Just a translucent green frame? Tyler, do you have like, what translucent green frame would you want? Or just like, you just want that color? It doesn't matter the frame? Because I think we might have some translucent green standard trail bosses right now. Oh, wow, I'm a dummy. So these demolition brakes, you have to run the straddle cable through the hanger before you hook it up. I feel like I've done enough of these. I should have known that. Brakes are hooked up. Some blue 4-piece standard strip bars. That's sick. All right. All right, now let's take off this back wheel. And that's all we're using off of this bike. I think he said he's going to decide on some pedals when he gets here today. Will you put this chain on? I don't think we have any colors, old colored strip bars in the museum. I think all we have are black or chrome. Come on. This dude's definitely going to be eventually getting some new wheels, new front end for this bike. He almost did it yesterday. But he keeps saying stuff like, this bike's going to be better than me. I don't need a bike of this quality. But your skill level never amounts to what kind of bike you ride. Because you could be riding, I've seen some dudes that can rip it on some janky bikes. And I've seen some dudes not ripping it on some nice bikes. So like, quality of bikes don't matter. All right. Throw these profile cranks on. Choo, choo, choo. Super fancy park tool press. Sometimes these are like real tight on here, whatever reason. I don't know. So you can hold these in your finger with your tube spacer in the middle, like nice and tight. And I will always hold it up to the bottom bracket shell. Make sure the bearings are, like everything looks good, because the last thing you want is this little tube spacer floating around in your bottom bracket and then your cranks don't spin. Or they always come loose. That right there, that tube spacer in the middle of there is like 99% of everybody's problems when they're like, my cranks are coming loose, or my cranks don't spin. It's because of that tube spacer. And that's on every kind of crank, basically. Except for like some race cranks, like with the 24 mil DB and PSA 30s or whatever, but yep, little thing got stuck in there. All Yep. 2 spacers tight. Yep. This little guy in here. See if I can get. Yep. That little 2 spacer, you don't want it moving around at all. So. I did in the past, dude. You don't beat the bearings in with the hand. I hardly ever use a hammer on a bike, honestly. Unless it's like removing some cranks with the crank tool. But no, definitely don't hammer the bearings in with the 2x4. A little bit of grease in there. Sometimes the spline drive spindles just slide on, so I try to always put the spider on the chainring spider on the crank arm first. And then the profile cranks will have you see they have a right and a left. Which is like, nobody knows, these pedal bosses aren't always straight. There's always an angle to them. So if you put them on the wrong side, the angle will be backwards and it will feel like real wonky. And then also, pedal threads too. Whenever I put cranks on, I don't know if this is the racer in me, but I always just put the crank arm over top of how many teeth are on it. Dang, those went on easy. Lee, how come the ones that we put on your bike wasn't that easy? Is Libro even in here? All right. Mid-bottom brackets, we use a 5 5/8 spindle on these. Thin washer on the drive side. Pop these through. No hammer required. Hopefully, I jinxed myself. This one's not going to go on now. We'll get to hammer it on. What did I say? Yup, look at that. Profile tool. Look at that, I told you. I jinxed myself. I'm gonna have to hit it with a hammer. Just a little tap to get it started. And then with every crankset, you should be able to really crank down on these, and they should spin nice and smooth. They will definitely loosen up more once you ride them some. But yeah, these don't feel binding at all. It's weird. Every every crank seemed to be a little bit different. But yeah. All right. And then we're doing Wheelie People Supply Chain. Same 510 chain as everybody has. It just says WTP on the links instead of KMC or Animal or Theory or whatever. They're all the same chain. Let's see. And I got the wheels slammed, almost slammed right now. So this way we can go back a little bit with it. So it's saying if it don't fit, force it, get a bigger hammer. Have you ever had a spline sprocket and a tight spindle that weren't compatible, like tolerances? Yeah, a lot of these like cheap 48 spline, like titanium spindles you'll find in different places, won't be compatible with a lot of other like nicer profile cranks and stuff like that. It kind of always seems like, I don't know if it's the weather in Florida, like, ow, ooh, got a metal splinter. I don't know if it's like, goes day by day where their tolerances move a little bit because of like, I don't know, humidity or whatever the degrees it is outside. But yeah, we've definitely, oh crap. Look, I wasn't paying attention. I just broke this link. I can build wheels without looking, but I can't put a chain on, I guess. Yeah, so I don't know if it, like in profile, like as you saw, this arm just slid on by hand. This arm we had to use the tool. So like, sometimes there's paint in it, but yeah, to answer your question, Doug, there's always different tolerances, and a lot of companies won't be able to work together. Don't work together when you use like certain spline drive sprockets and spline drive 48 spline cranks on other 48 spline crank arms and stuff like that. Like sometimes they're not interchangeable, and a lot of times it's with the titanium stuff, really. Yeah, we got in like 6 of those red eye frames, and they were cool. My buddy here, a local kid, he rides it. He has the number 3 red eye frame that he rides every day. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to being in the shop and talking alone. Like it's the weirdest thing. Alan, I wouldn't say every 25.4 C-post days. But yeah, that's a pretty good hack that you can get lucky, because there's same thing with tolerances and whatever. The inside tubing of a lot of 25.4 seat posts aren't the same. Can't believe I broke that link. I hate being poor. Adam, we are going to be looking to hire. We need somebody to do this, like the content creating, media, website person that can like keep up with the website, do changes, all that kind of crap, come up with ideas, make videos. Yeah, and then that way I can just build wheels, because that's what I really love doing. Took me a long while to get used to Curtis building wheels here. And I hope he's doing good. It definitely took me a wheel set or two to like get back into the motion of building wheels and like the hang of it. A little bit rusty, but now I think I'm gonna try and build a wheel blindfolded. I kind of always wanted to do it. Obviously, I can't even do a chain right now. All right, cool. Chains on. All right. When might the LA space there? Steven, as long, I mean, if it works, it's not a stupid idea. Like, yeah. Yeah, if it works, man, I don't think any idea is stupid, right? Let's see what other comments we got on here. Danny boy, Miss BMX, need to get me a bike to cruise. Come from the days where you pinch your seat and use the bar spin. Nope, not no more. You keep this sucker slammed. Danny boy, but like, hit us up, man. Get you on a new whip whenever you want. Adam, you've been doing your YouTube channel daily for 10 plus years. Which is mostly physical media music reviews. That would rule. I'd crush that gig. I could build a chain. Couldn't build a chain though. It got in my head. Same with some building wheels though. 39, 48. Adam, just I mean, if you're, I don't know, shoot me a resume. Some stuff you've done and whatnot, and yeah, might be something. You have to come to Richmond. I don't know where you're at. Alan, yeah, 48s are cool. 48 four crosses are, yeah, I don't miss building those. Um, and Haro did some like throwbacks to the Peregrine wheels at one point. Um, ever tried a Izumi chain? Full leans stick? Yeah, those Izumi chains are sick. Arnold from Maryland, what's up? No, Rich from Arnold, Maryland. Have you ever been down here before, Rich? Arnold's not too far. And you off the hook in the comment section. I mean, is that so bad? Is that so bad to be off the hook in the comment section? All right. Wheels on, chains on. Let's dial these brakes in. And I am going to be taking off the rest of the day. Danny will be at the shop today. I might have to add a half link to this thing and uh-oh. After all, messing with that chain, I might have to add another link to it. That's annoying. Totally gonna have to add another link to these. Dang. If I don't hurry up, Danny might make an appearance. We open at noon on Sundays. All right, I'll staff a rider at dig outside. I'm outside of Philly. Honestly, would love to move to Richmond. I've been trying. Try those woods, dude. The new park is sick. We have jumps, Adam. We have the jumps out here. We have like 3 sets of local trails, handful of backyard trails. Richmond's sick. I'll be there to visit soon, man. Dude, Rich, thanks, dude. It means a lot getting all these comments and stuff from people seeing the YouTube videos, and like it blows my mind, and definitely keeps me like motivated to go and keep doing these, and even though they make me feel real uncomfortable and it's weird to me. Slacker, there's no time off. No time off, Dennis. You know this. Danny's the one that takes time off. Watch this whole thing. Thanks, Jimmy. Gotta look into where the BMX Museum. Yeah, see, Bike Life. We're in Richmond, Virginia. We have a killer bike life scene too, plus the killer BMX scene. So when you come down, bring both your bikes. All right, let's add a freaking nether link to this. That's annoying. All right. Too much time off here. Retired at 49. Man, I hope I can retire that soon. I'm 41, man. It would be kind of sick to retire. I know I'd ride my bike more. Look at this. Look at this. I need to ride my bike more. Danny's a slacker. Yo, Rich. Dude, thank you. Rich just shot us $10. That's sick. Shoo! I don't know what these things do. Heck yeah. You're right. Yeah, Danny has been off for like 2 weeks, man. But he got real sick. I don't know if it's from like a snotty kid at the skate park or his wife brought it home from her work, or what. But he was rough. Yeah, dude, we like if we're not busy and somebody comes in, man, I would love to nerd out over there in the museum. So yeah, it just depends on the time in the day if I'm busy or not. But there's not like timed guided tours or anything. Like we're not like that official yet, but maybe one day. I'd love to like sit down and do like QR codes on every single thing that will like tell you like what is what, the story about it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff over there that I'm sure gets overlooked. Like Dennis comes in almost every week, almost every other day, really, and he I'm sure he sees something new every single time he comes through. All right, add a link. So what was happening? For whatever reason, the brakes were all bottomed out on the tire, so I had to scoot the wheel back. Watch it. Watch. Now I have freaking added too many links. I guess this is what I get for doing this Sunday morning. Shoo! Yep, I'm gonna have to. God, I'm gonna have to put this half link in. All right, here we go again. Here we go again. All right. Can't believe this. Can't believe this is happening. Can't believe this is happening. Oh man. Adam here is like stomach bug. Adam, dude, that Mad Dog tour. Yeah, that's the S&M tour with Chris was awesome. Adam, did you see the Mark Zielinski tour with the owner of TNT? Like that tour was cool. And if you watch them like back to back, it's really cool. Like hearing Mark's story and how a lot of those stories overlap is pretty sick. But dudes, like, I can't wait for what is coming in next week. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. I can't say what it is because I like almost still don't believe it. I still don't believe it. Third time's a charm, right? Can't believe this is happening. Adam, you said you used to edit for Dig? Like you used to shoot photos for him or like write articles? Staff writer, cool. Yeah, man, I would, I'd be interested, I'd definitely be interested with a conversation with you. Definitely. Yeah, we do captions and articles. If you ever the Dig, we're doing the tire slide article. Helmets. Times. His ex-wife, he got hurt. Next games. All right, third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. Yeah, third time's a charm. Sick. And then with brakes, when you're putting brake pads on, little tip here. So here's your pivot point for the brakes. Here, I'll show you on this side. Here's the pivot point on the brakes. You always want your brake pad as far away from that as possible, so that you get the most leverage and the most clamping power. So at 990s, it's always at the bottom of the rim. No matter if the brakes are on the top or the bottom, it's always, you want your brakes as close to the bottom of the rim as possible. With V-brakes, being that they're backwards, V-brakes are up here, and then they clamp like this. You want the brake pad as close to the top of the rim because it's as far away from the pivot point as possible. Another pro tip. How's that? Definitely gotta make a visit to your vacation off work. I have 30 bikes, but nowhere near the value of your museum. Are you close to that sleeper bike trail? Oh, the creeper bike trail? Is that what it's called? That's way down south, I think. All right. Sick. Think we got a bike? What are older guys with like all gray hair called? Silver foxes, right? Is that what it's called, silver fox? Or is mine just like making something up? Sick. All right, let's trim off this excess cables. Oh, I better make sure these are tight. Which they weren't. See, look how hard this is to mess with the brakes down here. That's why I always try to do that first. Yeah. Cool. Boom. And we got a bike. Trim this. Trim this. Throw these in our recycling bin. And 2 little cable ends. And we are done. Everything's too wet to ride outside. I might go ride my dirt bike. Sweet. Let's see if there's a Velcro strap floating around up here for him. Nope. He gets a zip tie. Do I have a black one? Nope. Boom. What we got? Yeah, Creeper Trail. Yeah, that's like, the Creeper Trail is a few hours south of here. We have the Capitol Trail that runs from Richmond to Virginia Beach, but they're also going to be connecting that to go north to, eventually, it's not ready yet, but it'll go from here to DC, and then the C&O Canal, that trail, I guess, that goes to Pittsburgh. So you'll really be able to ride your bike from Pittsburgh to Virginia Beach, which is going to be pretty sick. Boom. We got a bike. We got a bike. Here we go. Make sure stem's probably crooked. If anybody knows that, whatever reason, I can't put the stem straight. I don't know what it is. All right, let's check this thing out. Let's walk this sucker. Let's see. Woo. All right, all right. I've been a victim of head trauma. Dude, I've had some head trauma too. Side powers, museum is killer. In the shop and the atmosphere, the vibe. Dennis, you're not so bad. Not so bad. All right. Here's what was left over of what we took apart. And then here is the new. Lost Black, 21 and a half. Oh, I gotta grab his bar end, throw it in there. So basically we have stock kink wheels, cock the stock front end from the kink, and new everything else. Rambler head tube. All right. So it's cool. I don't know. Dennis seen this. We built this tire wall a week or two ago, and we had like a big thing right here, an L shape, that had all our tires in it, and they would just fall over constantly. I can show you what we have one in the back. But so I took that thing down yesterday. Danny! And built these little displays. I just built this this Rambler. Who's that old dude, the older dude, the gray hair? He bought the 22 from us. Kind of rock and roll-y. He's like 62.
That dude?
Yeah, he bought the, did he buy the Fit 22?
Yeah.
And he had the 20-inch kink. Yeah, he bought this yesterday.
No way.
Yeah. So I came in, I told him I'd come in early and build it for him.
So he pulled all his kink parts off essentially.
Front end and wheels.
Yep.
He bought new profile cranks.
Dang.
And then I built these yesterday, Danny.
21 and a quarter?
21 and a half.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah. Yep. It's the big mamma jamma.
I like.
Yeah.
I like.
Everybody's stoked on the Danny.
Wait,
Woo, Danny.
you want live right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. And then I'm out of here.
Done.
All right.
Malcolm got that first W last night.
Woo!
Malcolm Stewart.
Yeah.
He did. He got his first 450 win last
I
night.
saw
man.
some.
It was so good.
I saw a couple of things where people were like, history was made in Tampa.
Yeah, totally. Man.
That's sick.
Yeah, Malcolm got that W last night.
Yeah.
So good. Chase got squirrely in the woods.
And we built Hagen D and some wheels.
We got well, he wasn't racing.
He's still hurt?
No.
Oh, it's East Coast stuff? Yeah. All right. Guess that's everything. Say bye, Danny.
Goodbye, Danny.